Hi everyone, so today we have another review video for the KO Oversized Studio Series 106 Optimus Primal from the Ride of the Beast movie. And this figure is named Captain Gorilla. This is the front of the box. Here is one of the sides of the box, so we can see some articulation and some part I actually put for these figures. Here's the back side of the box, so you can see that this is actually just one of the options for these figures. So these options only have those weapons and accessories over here, so it doesn't actually have the blade that actually got attached onto the armor Optimus to make him look more like Apeling. Here is the other side of the box. Now we can check out his figures and see how he's look inside. And here are all of the accessories and figures that we have inside this box option. So let's take a look at them. So we of course we have the main figures over here. We have two chains that come with the Studio Series 106 Optimus Primal. We still have the two plates that came with the Studio Series 106 Optimus Primal, the axe, as well as the Transwarp key. So all of the accessory from the Studio Series 106 got KO Oversized as well, along with the figure. As I mentioned before, this is the set A, so it doesn't have the weapon from Apeling to be attached on here. So that will be in set B. Here is our figures fresh out of the packaging. So right away, here is our main figures right here. And I can notice that the arm actually packaged the wrong way for Optimus Primal. You can see that right now it's actually have the gorilla arm on here, and the hand actually backward, so we have to transform this into the robot arm first. Let's take a look closer as a figure, so you can see that the details are very much the same as the Studio Series 106 Optimus Primal. We still have one of the part, and right away we can tell that the feet actually made of metal, just the whole block of feet over here made of metal. Same things to the other side. That's interesting to see, but we still have the toe articulations in here, so that's pretty good. They still maintain there. Other than that, I don't think we have any other metal parts on these figures right here. Internal articulation is exactly the same as the original one, so the head can kind of rotate from left to right, side to side like that. Then it can't really go up. It can go down a little, but mainly because of these colors that he has on here, so his articulation for the neck is pretty limited. As for the arm, it still have 360 rotation over there. It still can go all the way out and even above like this. It doesn't have any butterfly joints. And then over here we have a bicep swivel, which is pretty good. And then as for the bicep itself, it can go to 90-degree maximum over there, and it can also go backward a little bit. And then when we go down here, of course we have hand articulation over here, so it can swivel, and the fingers can also be moved out together. So we have sort of 4 fingers on the hand, 2 of them are joined together. So we have 2 set articulation here, and their thumb doesn't have any articulation. Same things to this arm as well. So as we go to the main body of the figures, we don't have any ab crunch, but we do have a waist swivel right here. And as we go to the leg region, they can go out that far, even a little above. And then as we go down here, we have bicep swivel again for the legs area. And then for this joints right here for the knee, they actually made of ratchet joint now, so that is an improvement. So ratchet joints on that side, and then this come out articulation, that part got undone a little. That, and then as we go to the feet, we can also rotate, kick up and backward a little for the feet. Not quite much articulation over here, and of course it can too a lot. And then for the toe, of course we have a little of toes articulation over there too, but it doesn't have any swivel down here. Same thing for this leg as well. So articulation, nothing too impressive in comparison to the original one. And for the molding detail, you can see that they don't add in any new molding for this guys, except that now we don't have the Autobot insignia or the Massimo insignia anymore because it's the KO products. But the other details, they seem to be carry over to these oversized figures and nothing extra was added. As for the back of the figures, we can see that pretty much there's nothing extras in here. But the main selling point of this guy is that of course he's bigger than the original one, so that his scaling will be different. So let's see how he scaled. Here is how this Optimus Primal scale with the baiwei Optimus Prime on the left side and the MXC's Optimus Prime on the right side. So you can see that definitely this guy scale more towards the MXC Optimus Prime on the right side over here, which is bigger than Studio Series scale, while the one on the left side, the baiwei one, is exactly the same scale as the Studio Series figures. So in terms of movie accuracy, I think for those two, they will scale better with one another, because in the movie we see that Optimus Prime and Optimus Primals are not that different in terms of their height after they transform into their robot mode. So definitely they are going for the bigger scale, a little bigger scale than Studio Series. Between those two, Optimus Primal is significantly bigger, so I don't think that is accurate. His head is way bigger than Optimus Prime head in Studio Series scale as well. And here is how this Optimus Primal scale with the KO Studio Series Mirage. So this Mirage the same size as the original Studio Series, as well as those two No Ideas figures over here. So we have the first one on the left is from baiwei, and then the second one on the right side from MXC. So you can see that definitely he is way taller than the Studio Series Mirage over here. And as for No Ideas figures, he will scale with both of the one from MXC and baiwei, I feel like. So to be more in accurate scale, I think this Optimus Primal, because it scale more with the MXC one, so theoretically it should scale better with this specific No Ideas. But in general, I don't think it's too out of scale. Next, we have the Trumpeter Bumblebee as well as the Studio Series Car Class RC. So you can see that those two are definitely so tiny in comparison to this Optimus Primal. So I don't think they actually scale well with one another. Next comparisons, we have the Studio Series Cheetos on the left side as well as the Studio Series Rhinox on the right side. Of course, one is in his robot mode and the other one is in his beast mode. But you can see here between Cheetos and Optimus Primal, they have a significant scale difference in here. And I don't think that is reflected within the movie. Of course, for being a leader of a faction, we would like Optimus Primal to be usually bigger than the soldier. Unfortunately, it is not the right scale according to the movie. Next, we have this Optimus Primal paired alongside with the baiwei skirt, which is at the same size as the Studio Series skirt. You can see that those two, they actually don't look too out of place. Probably because Scourge is already a leader class figure, so he's not that much shorter than this Optimus Primal. In terms of scaling, they are not too out of scale, but of course this Optimus Primal is way too buff, too beefy in comparison to Scourge. But I think that might be accurate to some degree to the movie design as well. Next, we have this Optimus Primal paired alongside with the Studio Series Battle Trap and Studio Series Nova Can. So you can see that definitely he is way bigger than Battle Trap. So definitely in robot mode he doesn't scale well with Battle Trap. Along with Nova Can as well. Nova Can is tiny, but actually in the movie, because Nova Can is supposed to be tiny, so this scale is actually more accurate to whatever we have with the Studio Series side. But for his main bot, the one that he actually killed off, Battle Trap, definitely Battle Trap looks so puny next to this Optimus Primal. Let's transform this guy into his beast mode and see how he scales. Here we have this Optimus Primal transformed into his beast mode. Let's take a closer look at him, so we can see that all of the intricate detail from the Studio Series, they still got carried over onto this beast mode right here. And maybe we're missing some Massimo insignia as well, but that is to be expected. Here's the front of the figures. Look at that knocking face. Oh my gosh. This face is so accurate to the CGI model, and it's way better than the deluxe class face, even better than the face from the Ultra class Optimus Primal from Takara Tomy. Look at all of his fur details on here. Chest region and the leg region. And the leg for like the feet for the gorilla mode, it is not made of metal, so only the robot mode feet are made of metal. All of the arm part, everything still look the same. Still look as good as the original, but just bigger in terms of scaling. I just now noticed that at the back of his head he have like a very hollow space in here, probably for his neck articulation, but that look kind of ugly from behind. Let's check his articulation as well. So of course for the head we still have the mouth articulation over here. His head can definitely rotate more freely from left to right. Can't really do 360 because of his back. Can look up quite a lot. So of course he can kneel down. And then can look down as well. Look down to his chest area a little bit. And as for the arm, we still have that much of going outward for motion. And then can also rotate 360 over here. We still have the bicep swivel over here. And then as the bicep, we still have around 90 degrees of articulation. And then for the hand, it still have that swivel, and the fingers, they are also articulated, just as articulated as the robot mode fingers. Same thing to the other arm, but this time, let's see, we still kind of have a waist swivel, but not really, because mainly because of this whole blade, his whole belly piece over here, and his back protection piece over here as well. So it kind of limits his waist articulation, but there's still some wiggle room for you to do in there. As for the legs, it can still go outwards really far like that, and can also go up, not really high, and can go down just a little because of this piece over here. But if we take this piece out of the way, then definitely we can tilt a little more. But of course that won't look natural, but we can definitely do some creative posing with it. Unfortunately, we don't have any swivel down here, just swivel right at the leg right there, and it doesn't have any knee joints per se. But if we like dislocate this a little bit, then we can kind of do something with this part. But of course that's required to mid-transform the figures. And as we go to the feet region, they can't really tilt side to side, they just stay, they can't really do anything with it. So it's pretty much limited articulation for the legs, but for the arm and the upper part of the body, especially for the head, they still have a lot of articulation. And of course we can put him on the on-4 kneeling pose as well. And here is our Optimus Primal standing on on-4. Look at this, so good, because mostly in the movie he has stayed in this beast mode throughout the movie, so I really want to replicate this on-4 look that he has. And because of this figure is a bigger figures, so this scale actually work out way better than the 38 series one. Let's put in some side comparison. Firstly, here is our KO Optimus Primal next to the baiwei Optimus Prime, which is exactly the same scale as the 38 series Optimus Prime. Look at this. I think this scale worked out way better than what the original 38 series looked next to Optimus Prime. In the movie, Optimus Primal in his own form mode is actually around this chest area in terms of height in comparison to Optimus Prime, so that is really accurate. Next, we put in on the left side the MXC Optimus Prime, which is taller than the 38 series scale in general, but I don't think this guy scale that badly with this Optimus Primal either. They still look pretty decently together, especially because this Optimus Primal just seems to be really beefy. Next, we have the 38 series Mirage or the KO 38 series Mirage, same size as the original. You can see that definitely in his beast mode on on-4, he's even taller than this 38 series Mirage. This Optimus Primal is so big, but because he's big like that, this scale is actually really accurate to the movie. Here is how this Optimus Primal scaled with the Trumpeter Bumblebee and the Studio Series Core Clash RC. We can see that those scale, I think in this side, Bumblebee might be a little too small because it's out of scale, but for RC, I think this is an accurate scale. Definitely RC is supposed to be tiny like that in comparison to Primal. Next we have the Studio Series Rhinox inside his Beast Mode, and I can see that for those two, I think now they look really nicely together because in the movie Primal is not smaller than Rhinox in his Beast Mode. So I think this worked out way better than the Studio Series one. The Studio Series one appears to be way too small for me. Now this Optimus Primal on own 4 in comparison to the robot mode of Studio Series Cheetah. And I can see that definitely I think it's worked out really nicely because this Beast Mode in the movie is just as big as the robot mode, even bigger for Primal, so this definitely worked out really nicely for me. Next, we have this Optimus Primal standing next to the baiwei skirt, and I think that this scale worked out perfectly because for Optimus Primal, for some of the scene that he appeared next to skirt in this Beast Mode, especially before Air Razor got killed off, the scale came up to be around this size. Primal is not a small character inside his Beast Mode, so I think this scale worked out perfectly. Next, we have Optimus Primal standing next to Battletrap alongside with Nova Kane. And I think for those two figures, now that he in Beast Mode, he actually scaled really nicely with Battletrap. Might be a little too beefy, but in terms of the high scaling, I think this doesn't work out too badly either. And with Nova Kane, this is definitely an accurate scaling because Nova Kane from the Studio Series seems to be too big in comparison to most of the figures. And here's how this Primal standing on own 4 scaling with some of the human figures that we have in the universe. So of course this is Sandwich Wiki, but it's supposed to represent any human inside the universe. Alongside with the Battle of Noah Diaz over here, I think the scale worked out really nicely with his Beast Mode. So if you want to see even more side comparison, check out my side comparison dedicated video for this guy. And here is how Optimus Prime and Optimus Primal are supposed to scale within the first scene that they ever meet one another. Optimus Primal was supposed to be as tall as Optimus Prime in his Beast Mode. So this is a perfect scaling right here for me. So in overall, I think this guy is really worth it, especially for this Beast Mode right here. I did not buy this guy for his robot mode, but I bought this guy for this perfect Primal mode right here, and this will be the mode that I will displace him in after I custom painted him up. But in overall, I think Optimus Primal is supposed to be as tall as Optimus Prime in his Beast Mode like this, and this just do it right away for me. They look perfect alongside one another. Let me know what you think in the comment. Do you agree? And of course, this guy will have the custom paint tutorial videos coming out along with the side comparison videos for this guy. Hey, you. Yes, you. Subscribe to our channel. Please, otherwise, Megatron might kill me again. And no, I'm not kidding. He's right there. Hey, Josh. So please, subscribe. I don't want to be back in 2 pieces. Your subscription means a lot to us.